Trendjackers turning 250, and it's time to rock out with our forefathers. American-made, battle-ready style for true patriots. Whether you're marching in the parade, grilling in the backyard, or raising a toast to liberty, do it in the gear that screams freedom. Celebrate 250 years of USA in style. Wear your American pride loud. Trendjackers.etsy.com. Grab yours before the fireworks.
They just go with the flow. It's the Herschy and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Herschy and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Do you guys know what that means?
What does it mean, Mike?
It actually means it's the Herschy and the Keegs Show, as we do every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We're excited to be here.
Yes, we are.
Lashana Tova.
Lashana Tova. Wow. Look at Mikey.
Happy Jewish. Yeah.
Wow. Happy Jewish.
I'm happy because you got me to work today in 18 seconds.
Yes, I did.
You and your people.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We have a special guest. We're going to have some fun.
We got a special guest. I just wish maybe sometimes we can start the show like 5 minutes earlier so our people can see just how long Mike gets here before a show to show how prepared he is and how set up he is.
I've been here for, 45 minutes
I think at least an hour you've been here. I feel like you've been here a long time.
Yep.
We are super stoked. We have Tommy McGuire here. We're going to talk about Tommy or with Tommy in a second. Tom McGuire, wonderful young man.
I'm surprised you're here. I thought you'd be home lighting your Hanukkahs.
I'm gonna light your Hanukkah. I'm gonna light your Hanukkah in a second. Okay, motherfucker. Before we dive into Tom McGuire, and I don't mean literally, Mike, you fucking goddamn prevert.
I can't make any promises.
We have the Herschy and Keegs first set of sponsors to run through. Let's go ahead and do that now. We have Herschy the Keegs Show is proudly sponsored by Sophia Jewelry at 134 Gardeners Avenue right here in Levittown, specializing in diamonds and vintage jewelry. Go see Omid for all of your buying and selling of jewelry and mention Herschy and the Keegs for a free appraisal. Of course, we have the fine folks over at Platinum Chiropractic. Easy for you to say, Mike. Dr. Kimberly O'Connor. She is fully dedicated to providing chiropractic solutions to address your unique needs, whether you're experiencing back pain, neck pain. What else, Mike?
Butt pain.
That too. Headaches, muscle tightness and tension. 516-935-3555. Right here in Hicksville. She's a wonderful chiropractor. Reach out to Kim. We, of course, have New View Construction, established in 2007. They are the people to call for the finest craftsmanship and all of your general contracting needs. Call 516-924-5627, and please do it with confidence. And, of course, our dear friend Keith Dunn. American Restoration Solutions. When disaster strikes, and it will, they will guide you to recovery. Call 516-662-9377. Ask for Senior Account Manager Keith Dunn. He is also one of the top mortgage brokers on Long Island, so please feel free to reach out to Keith at 516-662-9377. And with Keith no further ado, he does get it done. That's his motto. That is his motto. With no further ado, this is long overdue. We are so happy to have our friend, young comic who's been on the scene now for a couple of years. It's not even that little.
Not even new anymore. He's
an old wily veteran. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Mr. Tom McGuire. How are you, Tom?
Hey, how are you?
Hell yes. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
I want to
good looking kid.
He is easy on the eye. There's no doubt. But I do want to make it sure that you understand, Mike, that this is not like an Epstein thing. We don't get to keep him after the show. Okay, he's
rented.
He's just here to do an hour show with us. We're gonna talk some things.
What happens after?
No, you and I go outside and we lament our lives, and we hang out a little bit. And Tom goes in his car and heads back home.
Maybe real quick, we'll pop that shirt off. All right, now thanks for coming, Tom. We're happy to have you here.
Of course.
Tom's been a good friend of mine for several years now.
Absolutely.
Started out where we all did right here at Governor's, and he's doing some stuff.
He's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Did you start out with a class, Tommy, or you just dove right into Mike's? Like, how did it come about for you?
I started with a class. I did Trueson's at McGuire's.
Okay, out in Suffolk County.
Yeah, I did that. Because that was the most proximal club to me.
Right, out in Port Jeff,
So I did that. I didn't know anything about stand-up. So I just Googled kind of like how to start.
So at the time, were you 18, 20? You were young as hell.
So I was 19. 19. I was failing as a college basketball player.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I was taking public speaking at that time.
Right.
Which is that, and then for my final, I had to give a big speech in front of 300 people. Mm-hmm. Convince them to visit North Dakota.
Huh. So high school basketball stud. You can all look that up in Suffolk County. He was a total beast of high school ball out in Port Jeff.
13 points a game.
So how do you make the transition in your mind? I'm not doing that well. College hoops. I'm going to be a comic. How did that come about?
Well, I took a hard look in the mirror. I saw 5'11" white skin, not athletic. I didn't think God constructed me.
Yep, high school in Port Jeff is probably as far as we're gonna get going there.
I was like, something tells me God's not putting his NBA prospects in Compswalk High School.
Right.
So.
But what comedy? Like, were you always the funny kid? Was your family like, Tommy, be a comic? Like, what was it's just such a random thing that you're gonna just do comedy? Like, how did it come about?
It was like a mixture of, because up to that point, my identity was kind of being a basketball player.
Okay.
Right? That was what I put all my time and energy into.
Sure.
But then legs, you got nice basketball legs.
Yeah, listen, I was on the Vertimax coming up, I was doing shit, but
God, Mike.
But dude, honestly, what I swear to God, it really was that public speaking class, and in order to convince people to visit North Dakota, I was I have to make this funny. And that unintentionally became my first stand-up set.
So, but you did the North Dakota thing in college before stand-up even started, right? Or is it hand in hand?
Yeah, no. So I had stand-up.
Yeah.
My dad had passed away by that time, so I was logically what made sense to me, because I was depressed from that.
Yeah.
I was well, what's the opposite end of the spectrum?
Right.
Exactly. Which was laughing. And I was well, what's supposed to make you laugh?
Right.
And it was stand-up. And I always hated stand-up.
I was going to say, were you into
No, I hated it, dude. Absolutely couldn't.
Or SNL or anything?
Nothing.
No.
Hated watching it, hated everything about it? You just, it wasn't
I would always just be dude, one guy on a stage isn't going to make me laugh.
Right.
Turn this shit off. Let's just watch a movie.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, like every comic that I know, we are all damaged in some sort of way, and you certainly, nothing is more damaging than being a young kid losing their dad. So, kind of crazy how that was an impetus for you to go ahead and turn that grief into making people laugh. I mean, is that essentially what happened here?
Yeah, it was a mixture. It was those three things.
Yeah.
Dad dying, sucking at basketball, giving a big speech.
There you go. That's
that, I swear it was those
the
three things all collided at the same time.
So now that speech, how long did that speech have to be in North Carolina?
It was like an 8-minute speech.
An 8-minute speech.
Yeah, and what they did was for like the final, they invite like in order to get extra credit, they invited like everybody at the Suffolk County Community College English department. So there was like 400 kids there. Wow. So it like my mom came, right? Because like she was a student at Suffolk like a few years earlier, so she still had her ID.
Yeah.
So she came because I told her, I was like, yeah, like, I kind of made it funny, and she was like, I'll come.
Yeah, great, thanks.
Yeah, and dude, like I remember like getting on stage, and I think I'd come from a basketball practice, so I was like sweaty in my car and like threw on like a shirt and tie. Which was just—that's a brutal combo. You're sweaty from practice and you're throwing on a dress shirt.
That's a comic move, though, to do something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, how'd you feel up there? What was going through your head when you were up there, given the?
Dude, you know what's wild?
Yeah.
I actually bless you, Tony. I actually just and don't let it happen again. Yeah. But so I just realized
he will. Don't worry.
I just realized. I remember like my opening line, which was like unexpectedly like my opening joke for the speech, was I said something to the extent of like, listen guys, like great news for all you that came out tonight. Like I'm the last speech of the night. Like let's wrap this up and get the hell out of here.
Nice.
And that got like an applause break. Yeah, people were laughing. Like,
wow.
It wasn't like a great joke. But
no, but it was getting them on your side.
Yeah.
That's an old tool. Absolutely.
You're an old tool.
I am an old tool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I just remember.
I am.
I just remember like being on the stage giving the speech and like instantly knowing like, oh, I have to do this more.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was speeches, but I knew I was like, oh, I feel like I can do something with this.
You kind of found your calling a little bit there, and you got the bug.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Different than the bug you got, which is not a good bug to have.
That's a wild bug.
Yeah, you don't want to share that with Tom. Move over a little bit closer to me. I already have it thanks to you. Does Carla not realize that there's a show going on?
I don't know. She's calling me. Juliana's calling me. I don't know. Is somebody on fire?
Do you want? Maybe you should answer. Like, no, you're good.
Nah.
Just do me a favor. Check your text though. Like instead of the phone buzzing the whole fucking time that we're on the air, make sure there's not a fire in Carla's or something.
Hello, Carla. You're on the air with the Herschy and the Keegs show.
Yeah,
good.
Thank you. Is everything okay? That's all we wanted to worry about.
Is anybody on fire?
No one is on fire. I'm on fire.
Juliana's on fire.
Yeah.
We'll call you back at 10. Is that okay?
All right, we'll call you back in a little bit.
Love you both.
Bye.
Enjoy your show.
Bye. Tommy, so the feedback you got from your mom, I think you've referred to your sister before on your show, is that right? I've seen you talk about her. The feedback you got, like, Tommy's doing what? He's going to be a comic? Like, what was the response?
What's kind of funny is, like, I remember when I signed up for Truzen's class, I didn't tell anybody.
Really?
Right? I was like in the closet about it.
I really didn't either. I didn't tell anybody until like I got the date for like the graduation show.
Yeah, but then like the thing is like I'm not a good liar.
Yeah.
So like I remember I was leaving to go to McGuire's at like 6 p.m. on a Monday night. My mom was like, "Where are you going?"
Oh, you didn't even tell your mom. Like,
but then in that moment I was like, I signed up for a comedy class. Like, please don't tell Mike and Danielle. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Like,
so
then I just.
But once they saw that this was happening and it was going to become a thing, was everyone like, shit, Tommy's going to be good at this? Like, we
I don't
think
anybody believed I could do it.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Truly.
Yeah.
Wow. Besides my boy Dan.
That's probably
I had one friend that was probably like, yeah, dude, go for it. Like I remember my mom was like, what? Like,
yeah, like when I had my first graduation show and the second, like it was a Friday and a Saturday or whatever, I had 40 people at each show. Mm-hmm. Probably because most of them are like, he's not going to do this, and they want to see you fail.
Right.
You know.
And they got their wish.
So they've been watching me fail for 14 years now.
Yeah, you've done a wonderful job. So fast forward to, it's been now, how many years? 4 years, is it?
Like a little over 4 years.
4 years. You obviously work these clubs. You're passed at the Stand, I believe. Some other clubs. In a short period of time, you've made a little splash. You've definitely made a little headway. I'm sure in the typical mind of a comic, you don't think you've accomplished anything, but I hope you realize that you have. I mean, people like you, which is half the battle in this business. You're getting booked as a young person. I think that's pretty impressive. Do you acknowledge that at all, or you don't even think about it?
One thing about stand-up, is like you're always like regardless of what level you're at,
Yeah.
you're always like, all right, but what's like the next
Right.
step? Like I'll be hanging out like in the stand green room, and like I know comics that are like selling out clubs on the road.
Yeah.
But they're like miserable and think they're failing because like their friends are in theaters.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, dude, if I was selling out clubs,
It's
like
all-
I wouldn't have a day job. Like my life would be fucking perfect.
It's all perspective, but you're past at the stand. Like people are listening that don't really know comedy. That's a big club to be past that.
Right.
And there are a lot of comics that have been doing it way longer than you that wish they could be past at the stand. So it's all perspective of where you are. There's people at the stand, like you said, that want to be selling theaters and stadiums like their friends, and then there's you, where there's younger kids and even guys that have been doing it longer. They're like, oh, I wish I was at the stand. You
So
know, it's-
go ahead and name drop a little bit. We know that you've formed a little bit of relationship with Tim Dillon, like some guys that you work at the stand, and you're like, holy shit, I'm just hanging with these people, and I've seen these people on TV and shit like that. Give us a couple of names that you like working with over there.
Well, I would say not necessarily working with
Yeah.
per se, but like I like seeing Chappelle like
Yeah.
as close as we are right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty bizarre. I mean, bringing Shane Gillis. I was hosting a show, and it was the week that Shane was hosting SNL.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got to like bring him on stage.
Shit.
And like the crowd, like dude, the crowd went insane. Like to the point where like it gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like just like bringing him, like seeing that pop, and like everyone before that had bombs. So I was like, oh damn, they did have it in them.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
like
right.
like
Yeah.
damn, I'm a hack. But I would say like yeah. So like I used to love watching Shane work on his new material before he moved to Austin.
Yeah.
That was like one of the big pros of being in that scene.
Yeah, I
was
remember-
And that's the same thing for you. You've known Shane for a long
I've
time.
known Shane since we were doing open mics. Like Shane and I used to.
He's
do
not.
this,
He's also like he would not know who I am. Just quick disclaimer. Don't be like, oh, Tom McGuire's friend.
I'm calling him right
but-
now.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he's the kind of guy that wouldn't. I
bet
mean,
he
I
would.
think
I
he
bet-
probably would. I mean, he
bet
wouldn't say he
wouldn't.
knows a
would
lot
know
about
by
you.
Face, definitely. He's like a really down to earth guy. Shane, we used to do like open mics together a lot, and then we used to do this thing in the city. It was called Paid or Pain, and they would hire like a couple like veteran comics like me and Shane, were, like the two guys that weren't like bringer comics on it.
Mm-hmm.
But if the audience likes you, you get paid. If the audience doesn't like you, there's a dominatrix on stage, and she whips you after your set. If the audience doesn't
serious?
like you, it's wild. Yeah, it was
That's
crazy.
insane.
It was the coolest thing. We used to do it at New York Comedy Club. We actually did it at Foxwoods one time,
Mm.
but that was fun. And Shane was, you know, one of the regulars on that show all the time. And
Okay.
it was cool because, like, I was like one of the guys that got hired to do the show, but I still like the audience is going to judge me still. But he didn't care. He was just working on his
Right,
new
right,
stuff.
right.
You know, I was just doing my stuff that's worked for years and all the hacky bullshit, so I didn't get whipped.
And it's nice, like all these years later, you're like on the same level.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, I'm hosting the ESPYs next year.
But you know, I mean, Mikey's had a chance in the past couple of months. I mean, he's open for Jeff Dye. He's open for Mark Norman. You've opened up for Shane. I mean, so do you get that same feeling, Mike, when you get to open for some of these people? You get that same rush?
I do. It's fun. It's fun. Like Tom said, bringing them up on stage. Like when I bring Shane up on stage at,
Yeah.
you know, when we do shows in Long Beach or whatever,
Right.
and people go nuts. Like I was here one night, brought Kevin James on stage, and it was a tight crowd for the most part. And then Kevin James, and he just walks on stage and gets a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And it's the craziest thing. And like you said, you do get goosebumps. But then even Kevin James, he's like, yeah, that's cool. But after 4 minutes, like I still got to make them laugh. I'm
Right.
Kevin James for like 4 minutes,
Yeah.
and then they don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is like one of the cool things is like seeing a fan base react, like genuinely react
Yeah.
to like who they are a fan of.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like cool to see.
Yeah.
And this is just the beginning, young man. I mean, again, I'm sure that you, in a typical comic mental psychoticness, that you're like, I suck, I'm not doing well, I'm not growing, but you are, right? I mean,
Every
like,
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my internal dialogue is nuts, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
All the years as a little kid, were you the funny kid? Like, I mean, I was a class clown, Mikey was, but it doesn't seem like you were. Like, was that who you were or not really?
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was like, me and my boys were like very funny. Like, I would say like
Yeah.
we're funny people, but like by no means was I like
cut
the
up.
class clown.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say I probably wasn't even like the funniest kid in my friend group. Definitely not the funniest person in my family. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think we can say the same. I know I can say the same. My dad, I always say, may he rest in peace, was 10 times funnier than me. But there's a difference between being funny in outside, in the wild funny, and being stand-up comedy
Yeah,
funny.
everyone
And-
thinks Tom from accounting is the funniest guy they ever worked with, but you know,
Right.
once he does open mic night and bombs, he sucks. You know,
So-
so it's a different thing. Now, just from on my perspective, I've known you since pretty much the day you started. You're an awesome writer. Like, were you always like a good writer in like high school and college? Were you a good writer? Like, your jokes are very well written.
Thank you. I don't. That's the thing.
and
I don't
Mike's
write
used
my
some of them,
jokes.
so he knows.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mike's like I've been doing the doctor bit. It's been working well.
Exactly. It works.
Yeah.
Great.
No, that I don't know, dude. Like I don't really write my bits, right? Like I remember like writing an essay in like ninth grade English class, and I like made it up that like me and one of my grandpas had like a really special relationship, and I remember my teacher grading it, and she was like, "This brought me to tears last night," and I was like, I remember thinking like, well, it's made up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess
yeah.
like maybe I'm a good writer subconsciously, but
Well, I'll tell you, I've taken note of. I've seen you enough time on stage, but really your social media stuff is that you write very, very relatively, which is the most important thing. We talk about it on the show all the time, that we all started out a certain way in comedy, and then we learn to write where people will be nodding their heads like, yeah, that's definitely something that happens to me. And that's what your social media clips are like that, where it's something that's happening between you at home, your mom, like you're writing with the thought that this shit's happening to other people, and that's what people find funny. Are you doing that deliberately, or that just is just how you do it?
I don't know. I think like I'm at a point now where like I kind of know like what I want to sound like on stage.
Yeah.
And like who I am like as a person. I feel like that's half the battle in stand-up is
Half
just
the
figuring
battle.
out like who you really are.
And being liked up there is important.
So like I try to like not. I always look at it like I try to not get in the way of the joke. Like I feel like it's gonna sound so corny, but I feel like a vessel for the joke.
Oh,
And it's my job
I'm
just
sorry
to
not
like
to like this guy.
yeah.
and it's
I know,
my
I know,
job
exactly.
No, if
just to
you're-
touch it up just a little bit.
It was divine intervention that you're here to have jokes pass through you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know that Mike.
No, but it's
Mike
like a
just
Rick
No,
Rubin
I
thing.
know what you're saying.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Mike just blushed when you said that your vessel. You talked about. He just got Mike got a little excited
Yeah.
about that.
The
the
nice vessel over there.
Yeah. Stop looking at his legs. As soon as this kid walked in with shorts on, I'm like, God damn it! This fucking kid is gonna try to Epstein him. Don't do that,
nice
Mikey.
legs.
He's a good boy. So, are your family? Are they coming at the shows all the time? Or are they kind of done with that already? Like your friends and family, like,
They actually want to come too much.
oh wow, okay. I mean, well, we know about that. Mike,
Mark knows.
what? Go
I
ahead.
don't never mind.
What are you gonna say?
I don't know.
About coming too much?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that there's no. What is wrong with this human being? Mike's family, his parents and his aunt and uncle and his cousins are the most supportive comedy family in history. To the point where they will come to my shows now.
No, exactly. They'll come to my shows, but only if people they want to see are on it, like you or Roach or Monty.
Yeah. But they're still incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like that's kind of where my mom is at now too.
Yeah, they
She'll
get their
be like,
favorites.
"Who else is on the lineup?"
Exactly. Yeah.
that's
She gets it
cool.
now.
Like, oh,
That's cool.
Tommy's my favorite.
Yeah.
But who else is on it? Because I really like, Chris Monty.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Oh,
actually
cool.
is Monty is one of them.
Yeah.
It's like one of She
My
loves
mom's like
Monty.
Monty and Roach and Eric Heft and Richie Byrne.
That's so cool. So and you're cool with it though. You don't have a problem when these people are showing up. You're fine. You're
Well,
not bothered by
see,
it.
the thing is like if I'm gonna do like 7 minutes,
Yeah.
I really don't want anyone there.
Okay.
If I know I'm gonna like feature or
Mm-hmm.
if I'm gonna be doing like just a longer set in general,
Right.
then like I'll invite people because I feel like if I'm just doing like 7 minutes and it's like the show is like 2.5 hours long,
Right.
I'm like I don't want them to
Right.
not want to come.
Yeah, and
Right.
also like I'm not gonna be doing new stuff if I'm only getting 7 minutes.
Or I am working on new stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, usually if I'm doing 7 minutes, I'll be like, we'll bomb this whole set and do 7 new minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I'm like when I do it, if I'm here for like 7 or 8 minutes, just doing like a guest spot on like a Thursday or Sunday, I don't do anything new just because I'm like this audience probably here to see me for the first time. They're gonna see me afterwards. I'm like, I don't want to bomb because I want them to see me another time.
Mikey jams his whole 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, but that 20 minutes gets into
He kills though. He kills.
That 20 minutes goes really quick.
He
into
kills
7 minutes.
the governor, the corn, the butter. It's all there.
It's a roller coaster for.
It's a great roller coaster though. So that's interesting though. So you'd rather them know that you're coming to do 15 minutes, you're featuring or whatever the case may be, as opposed to a 7-minute marathon set. I mean, a set in the middle of 25 comics on a Thursday or Sunday night.
Yeah, like if they're gonna come, like if their intention is like, oh, I want to see you do stand up.
Yeah.
I want them to see me do a little more than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, like I want to make sure I'm. And what's crazy is like hopefully like a few years down the road from here, I'll be like, yeah, if I'm featuring, like, don't come, only come, like, if I'm doing, like, 45. You know, it always grows.
Right,
it always...
What do we got? About a year left before he won't ever talk to us again?
I know, exactly. We got him just in time, I think.
Dude.
No, it's funny. He may remember this, but right when he first started, I had messaged him, like, dude, you're great. Like, here's a couple of people that I want you to reach out to, and it was Haft and a couple other people, because I absolutely saw that he had something on stage, that he had some humility in the green room, which is not always what you see. You still have humility.
And that's another thing. You're a good hang in the green room. A lot of these people are insufferable in the friggin' room.
But he's humble,
yeah.
And I don't think that will change if you wind up being one of these Mark Norman, Shane Gillis guys. You strike me as, and I'm sure it's your upbringing. You know, your dad may rest in peace. Your mom. You seem like a humble dude. You don't seem like you're gonna big time anyone. Like Roach does when he sees me. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you get on a sitcom all of a sudden.
Yeah, he didn't talk to me for 2 years.
That's it is. No ego here either. I will always feature for you.
It's when you first started, who did you feel like, was anyone showing you the ropes? Was anyone taking you under? I mean, obviously you learned from Truson, who's an exceptional teacher, but who did you reach out to? Who were you asking questions? Who were you following around, if anybody?
Well, this is like what was kind of wild was I started, right? And then I did probably like 10 bringer shows, just like some Mike Dillon stuff, some of Truzen's bringer shows. And at that point, you're like, dude, I'm doing a show a month. Like, I'm fucking swamped.
I know, right?
I don't know how I'm going to keep up with this.
Exactly.
You're trying to write like a new 7 minutes
when
every
does this
time.
End? When do I get to do this?
Call my agent. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit.
Oh, right.
So then I didn't do stand-up for a year and a half.
Oh, at all?
So
I
took my class graduation show was in like November of 2019.
Okay.
And then I didn't get on stage. I did bringer shows up until March.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I didn't get on stage again until May 1st, 2021. I did a Tara show.
Wow.
So then I got back on stage. This is what's so bizarre too, is I remember like going through COVID and like telling people would be like, what do you do? And I'd be like, I'm a comedian.
Wow.
I had done maybe 8 shows.
I know,
but like I was so sold on comedy.
Exactly.
But so then I came back May of 2021 just for the sole reason I didn't know anybody in comedy. I didn't know how to do shows. Like when people were doing like backyard shows, like I didn't have any friends in comedy, you know? So like I kind of just died there.
Yep.
And then a few months later, I won the Laugh Off. And then I got passed here.
Oh, that's
and that's the only reason I then started to like.
So that was like the summer of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was like, and to be honest with you, there was no shot I was gonna win that competition until like literally like a week before the finals. I wrote the doctor bit.
Oh really? No shit. Wow.
That joke was ran once before the finals.
Wow. That's
Roach
awesome.
was just talking about the doctor bit, and he's I guess he's told you before that he wants you to send that to late night.
He's told me multiple times.
And it's like a 5-6 minute chunk if I remember correctly, right? How long?
I have it down to where like if I were to do it on late night, there's a 5-minute version. Really,
Wow.
it's like a 6.5 minute bit.
Yeah. It's really it's a great bit. It's your signature bit right now, which you're obviously gonna have a lot more signature bits. But do you think you're ready for that? If someone says to you, "Hey, come run this," we're gonna see if you're a candidate to be on one of these late night shows. You think you're ready to do that?
Yeah, I mean I would, but that's not like the reality of what like the comedy business is anymore.
Right.
Right, like. The doctor bit would be amazing right now if it was 1985 and they were giving out sitcoms.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That would be it would literally be like
your
a
sitcom
gift.
would be based around that bit.
It would it would be perfect. But now that's just like not how it works anymore. Now it's like well, why are you going to go on late night if you don't have like a tour or like something to market?
To promote, yeah.
So like I feel like I'm like a weird, like a lot of people benefit from like the way that like the comedy business is now. I would have benefited from the older version,
absolutely.
Right.
which was like build a late night set
Right.
and go do it. Like I had that 2 years ago.
Right.
But it's better because then like it's better to like really grow like as a comedian. And
That's like the Ray Romano story, like when he was on Letterman, and he did great on Letterman, and then afterwards Letterman got in touch with him and said, do you have a sitcom, sketched out or whatever?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I do, and he didn't, and he went home.
Oh,
and
he wrote it.
He
That's
wrote
right.
the whole thing out.
Yeah.
And he made it about his family, and that.
and then
was
if
one
you
late night
watch
set.
if you watch the pilot episode,
Yeah.
the ending of that episode is the same ending as his stand-up
As
set.
yeah, exactly.
It's like a joke about like twins being ugly or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Right. Wow, it's crazy. Do you think that? I mean, listen. The truth is, if you're at the Stand, I'm just using that for an example because it's one of the premier clubs in the city. Every time you're there, you have a shot that there is some sort of casting agent or some sort of producer or booker that's going to see you, and it could give you an opportunity. So I hope that when you are doing these sets in these places, that you're doing it with the idea that maybe I'm going to be seen tonight. Do you ever think about that, or you try not to think about it?
Nah, I don't really think you can like think that way
Yeah.
because you'll kind of I'm always just like in my head, like I try to just focus on the jokes I'm doing.
Right.
And I also like what's crazy is now like I'll have like younger comics ask me for advice,
Yeah.
which is insane. Right? Because I'm like a baby in comedy. But like I always say to them, like the answer to like anything you want to do in stand up is just get better at stand up.
Yeah, it's true.
It's kind of like what it comes down to.
Hear that?
I obviously haven't. No. One of the things
that one down, Mark.
that I do remember, probably going back to 2010 or 11 when I first started, was Truson used to talk a lot about, and I never took his class, but I used to do a lot of sets here on Thursdays and Sundays back then, and he'd always say, like, you're not even going to know what your voice is until you do, I don't remember the number, but
10,
it was
000.
like, yeah, I mean, it had to be a certain amount of years, a certain amount of sets.
10,000 sets.
And then, but he also said like 10 years or 5 years, whatever it is. And I remember thinking like, I found my voice. And then it's only been like now 14 years or 15 years where I find myself writing differently. Yeah. So I think you're right. And you have the right attitude of just keep on doing it. Keep on working as many sets as you possibly can, which it seems like you're doing. I mean, that seems like what your attitude is right now.
Yeah, just try to do like as much stand up as I can.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. Like I was telling myself this the other day, like if I would have like looked back like a year or like 2 years ago and like looked at like where I'm at now, I would be like stoked. Right? Because like I've just been like in my head lately, like, it's been kind of stagnant, like not a lot of growth since like the last jump I took.
Right.
And like that's kind of like how stand up is, I feel like, is like it's not like a steady incline, right? It's like a big win,
right?
And then just like a couple years of nothing,
yeah,
right?
And even regressing, like it's like frog,
right?
Like
yeah.
You'll regress a little bit, and then you'll take a big jump, and then you'll stay stagnant, and then you'll regress.
You'll get that big jump eventually.
This is what I'm hoping. I'm saying. Yeah,
no, it's gonna come. The big
One
jump
of
for
these days.
you, Mikey. It's gonna come soon. It's gonna come. All right, I want to hit up a second set of sponsors, and then we're gonna dive into some other stuff. There's some news about Tony that I want to bring up that we haven't talked about yet, and I think we might let rather than just grilling Tommy for the whole time, maybe we'll let him cut it up with us. You know how we like to cut it up a little bit.
Cut it up a little bit. Yeah.
I'll cut it up.
All right, beautiful.
We don't even know what that really means, but okay, here we go. The Herschy and the Keegs Show. Sunray Services, you know them, Mikey.
I know that guy. It's my other little Jewish friend.
That's right, Eric Haft. Sunray Services, now is the best time to convert to hybrid heating and cooling. Call them today at 631-231-5533 or visit them online at www.sunrayservices.com. We have Triple M Professional Painting and Construction, 516-395-6390. Family owned and operated for over 35 years. Call for your free estimate today and ask for my man James, who texted me Happy Rosh Hashanah today, something that you didn't do. We have Dimitri's Valet Cleaners right on Wantaw Avenue in Levittown. They have been in the dry cleaning business since 1965. They take your garment care very seriously. Quality is their policy. Mention Hershey and the Keegs Show for 15% off of your purchase. Mikey, what is 15%? Let's just say someone is going to spend $100. What is 15% going to be off of that?
$150.
$150 off of a $100 purchase.
You leave in the
Great.
green.
Yeah. Isn't that great? That's a great deal.
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Thank
That's
you,
what
Mikey,
happens.
as always. No calculator. He does this right on his own. We have demolition specialists, 1-855-RIP-OUTS, the number you call for demo, dumpsters, and fence rental. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. They are a fully licensed demolition contractor. And last but not least, you may know this person. I'm not sure. New York State licensed real estate person, Diane Keegan.
Met her, yeah.
Yes, you
Met
have.
her the other day.
From All Island Estates Realty. She happens to be your landlord, as a matter of
She
fact.
she lives in my house.
Yeah. You can call Diane directly at 516-458-1864 or email her at diane@allislandestates.com. If you're looking to
Buy,
sell,
foster,
correct,
adopt,
rent, make Diane your first call. Again, 516-458-1864 for the beautiful Diane Keegan. Not only is she a wonderful real estate agent and mother, she is also the best comedy fan there is on Long Island.
and Tom
Hands
McGuire's
down.
mom too.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Is Tom McGuire's mom a real estate agent?
No, she's
No.
a comedy fan.
Oh,
stay
right.
at home mom.
Okay, got you. So with no further ado, and I don't know why, I feel like Tony's been very reserved about this, humble about this, but it's a big day. Tony's oldest child, Allie Walker, got married this weekend.
Oh,
Congratulations
congratulations.
to
Congratulations,
Allie
Allie
Walker.
Walker.
Thank you, guys.
The
Thank you.
proud father.
Me and Rich Walker, we were very proud of our girl.
Allie,
It was a beautiful ceremony.
Why have you? So Allie married a woman.
Yeah.
And so why have you not? Like, first of all, we weren't invited. I don't know why we weren't invited to his daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
Allie Walker. Why?
Why weren't you invited?
Yeah.
I could have played third base in the softball game.
Why weren't we invited? You know Allie Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his daughter. And did you know that?
That's why we
I actually didn't know that. No.
It's not.
Same initials.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
He disowned her when she came out.
Yeah.
Tony's very homophobic.
He is very.
Well, obviously I'm not because I sit next to these two.
That's right. Well, congratulations to Allie Walker. She happens to be a nice kid, Allie Walker.
Great girl.
Great.
I did not know that she was engaged or anything like that, so I saw that.
She didn't tell you.
No, nobody tells me anything because they're afraid that if they invite me, they'll get a cheap gift, which is not true at all.
Cheap
Yeah,
what?
I caught that.
Also,
They get a cheap dick.
yeah, a cheap dick. They'll get a cheap dick. Absolutely. But seriously,
Hopefully one day they'll let us watch.
what?
What?
That's his daughter.
No, I was gonna get them a watch.
Oh, you're going to watch. I love your journey. You're going to give them a watch? You know that guy?
Yes, yeah.
That guy is a fucking pip, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Speaking of that, can someone, because like you're up on the news and Tom's a young, smart guy and Tony is, what today
Tony's
was
a young, smart guy.
He is
No, I'm not.
You got two
no,
young
but
smart
what
men.
what I see people. I honestly don't even know what it means, but people were posting today about today's the rapture.
The rapture.
Well, I don't even know what that really means.
That's when we're all supposed to get called up to heaven.
So is it by midnight? Like, we still have time, or
There's still a couple hours left. I think I was hoping it was be by noon.
because I just saw
Maybe it's just the four of us that weren't called up. Maybe.
yeah.
I haven't seen anybody in hours.
But
Maybe this is it.
This could be it. Yeah.
You know what? If this was it, it would be okay for me.
This is fine.
It's not bad, right?
Poor Tom McGuire though.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Turn him into Swiss cheese.
He wouldn't be able to walk after an hour. He'd be, holy shit. He'd make Tony look like a good walker after this. God in heaven. Jesus Christ. What an abuse thing that was. I saw people posting about it, and of course I just made a joke that Mike Keegan tried to rapture me in my sleep. But I didn't really know what it meant. Like,
Yes.
so
I tried to take you away in your sleep.
who's taking us? Is it just the gods? Heaven?
Yeah, heaven.
Heaven.
Yeah.
And
Just
and
like
who
Judgment Day, I guess. I don't know.
who's believing this? Who is the? I mean, I know.
Probably liberals.
Is that right?
I so to assume. Yeah.
Is that Tony? What do you know about rapture?
According to the Bible, the rapture is the belief that Jesus will return to catch up all living and dead Christians, giving them glorified bodies and taking them to meet him in the
later,
air.
dicks. Later. I'm not going anywhere.
not the Jewish guy.
I'll be here sitting alone,
Yep.
eating up your carcasses.
So the rapture was supposed to be on Rosh Hashanah.
Wow.
Wow.
Isn't that? Yeah.
Rapture Hashanah.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone. I was
Rapture.
very confused. I saw that before I came here too, and I was like, "What's
Yeah.
going on with the rapture?"
Yeah, no.
Because
I would assume it's on Twitter. Like if there's an update, they'll be on the crawl at some point.
I would assume so.
Right?
Well, it also like a pretty sure like a Christian belief is that no one knows when Jesus is coming back. So
Right.
that's what I mean. Like when all these people were posting about the rapture, I was like, it's not like he made an announcement.
We better check our spam folders.
That's true.
Because you don't know if anything
that's
slips
true.
in there. You're like, you see like offers on like Geico and shit like that, and then it's like, oh, I missed one from Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yep.
That's not good. I if I told you, Mike, we haven't talked about it, but I spent the past 3 days. I was in Camden Yards with my son. We went to see Yankees play the Orioles.
You went to go see Cal Ripken Jr.
Right, he was there. The streak is over though.
Yeah.
It's 17,440 games.
How was that? That looked like fun. A lot of Yankee fans.
It was like almost 65% Yankee fans
In Baltimore?
in Baltimore. It's incredible. We went Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Went to 2 games. Friday was like 50-50. Saturday night though, it was so much more blue and white than there was orange and black. Listen, the truth is Baltimore and New York not that far away from each other,
Right.
but it was pathetic on how few Orioles fans were there.
Yeah.
But as usual, Mike likes to take me to task, Tom, for sometimes saying things that get me in trouble.
Okay.
And it's not bad intent, right, Mike? It's just
never malicious.
I just
intent.
can't help myself. So I bought on SeatGeek the day before, because I don't ever buy games for outdoor events unless it's a day or two before, because if the weather's going to change, whatever. So
move.
I bought game 1. We were sitting down the first base line, and we kept on laughing because every time there was an Oriole hit on the other side of the field in left field, there was this guy, like this Baltimore, I don't know what he was. He was dressed like he had like arm floats. He was dressed like he had a hose, and he was just hosing the people down in the area, and they were getting fucking saturated. And I'm like, look at these fucking morons. Like, why would you buy seats?
Yeah.
To
Why
sit
would
there?
that guy do that though?
It's called the Baltimore Birds Splash Zone. It's what it's
Oh,
called.
it's like a bird bath. You go into the bird bath.
I guess, but you just get saturated. You know what I mean?
It
You,
seems infuriating.
you get it. Just seems like a punishment
Yeah,
almost.
it's stupid.
Imagine being the +1. Someone's like, yo, I have an extra ticket. You want to come
Right.
to the O's game?
Right, or you bring a girl to a game,
Yeah.
or
Exactly.
anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
You bring your daughter in her white T-shirt.
exactly, it's ridiculous. Like, don't wear a bra, Melissa. We're going to the
I know.
splash zone.
Tony's looking at tickets now. He's like, ah.
So,
I'm going to bring Mark and Mike with me.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, we get there the next night. We get there 5 o'clock. Max catches 2 balls in BP. Jason Dominguez threw him a ball, and Ahmed Rosario threw him a ball. He gave one of the balls away. So we sit down in our seats. Now, mind you, when you buy seats on SeatGeek, you don't see a lot of the details. Like, you just see kind of what section, whatever. So I sit down. We're in the 3rd row, right in front of the left fielder. So we're right on the
seats.
field, right there. And I look down and I see a sign that says Bird Zone, Splash Zone, and I'm
you're
like,
in the bird zone.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, you bought it. Oh,
I'm like, what is this bullshit? They're like, yeah, you're gonna get wet over here. And Max was fucking enraged. He's like, I'm not getting fucking wet. I don't like. Max is like in that age now where he cares about how his hair looks, and like girls are around and shit like that.
He's like, you gonna soak me in front of all
Right.
the boys?
Exactly.
I'm trying to get laid at this Orioles game.
So what happens is the game starts, and I'm like, oh, we'll be fine. We're on the end of it, whatever. First fucking Oriole hit, we just get fucking saturated.
Douched, really?
Yeah, we got douchebagged.
dude.
Yeah. So Max was
Who
like,
would want that?
we
That's
get
crazy.
moved.
Also, let me ask you this: How come you went to Baltimore for the Yankee game?
Just a little road trip. He's been
just
to
check it
City
out.
Field. He's been to Yankee Stadium. We've been to, been to Nationals Park just to see another park, get away.
Yeah. That's
Just his basketball season hasn't started until this coming weekend, and it was probably the last weekend he's going to have for several months where we didn't have something committed.
Yeah,
and
I
it was just a
gotcha.
little trip, little daddy son little trip, whatever.
Nice.
So I talked to the seat lady, this lady Betty. She's like, it's okay, you can move over. I know there's a couple of seats that aren't going to be filled. So we sat there. We wound up like in a group. It was like a family, like a husband and wife, and like adult kids, and a group of 3 guys, and we had like a little thing going, and I'm like, how can I not fuck this up? Because I knew I'm going to fuck it up, So the guys in front of us.
Hey, you guys like getting wet?
Yeah, well, so what happens is the guy in front of us, the 3 guys, they're getting like a little sauced up, So I'm like, these guys are fun, whatever. And he's like, I'm going to fucking catch a foul ball and I'm going to rip it out of a kid's hand, because that's like the thing in the news now.
Yeah.
You know, how like that lady who was dressed as I guess she was like a Philly fan, was she?
Yeah.
And she ripped it out of the kid, and then
She wasn't even dressed as a Philly fan. She wasn't a Philly fan.
She rooted for the Brewers.
Yeah,
but
she dressed
so
like a
anyway,
Philly fan.
so the guy was like,
dressed like a bull dyke.
He's like,
she dressed like.
He's like, how bad is it going to be if I get caught on video, you know, ripping a ball out of a kid's hand? And
Not
then,
great.
So in the row in front of him was a mom and her special needs son with the big headphones on, like kids that they wear them to distract noise. Or whatever.
There's just the guy at the hose.
Yeah, no. So
this one looks easy.
So the guy's like, he's like, how funny would it be if I ripped the ball out of a kid's hand? And I'm like, yeah, especially if you ripped it out of that kid's hand. And all of a sudden, fucking the music.
Yeah, no, the kid goes, what the fuck did you just say to me? Pops up the
headphones. Say anything, but the guy was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
why would you say that?
Well, we were like, you know, it was like,
no, this.
So it was just like we were vibing, you know, and I'm like,
He was like, you can grab it from that one. He's probably weak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, my point was like, you look like the real fucking douchebag if you're ripping out of a special needs kid's hand.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
It goes unsaid.
It was just, well, it's like if I was sitting with you, I would have said that. You would have laughed your ass off.
Oh yeah, we were left.
Like comics, you laugh at shit like that, you know. So that was the end of that.
Oh my God!
Troops! I'm running up the troops. I'm getting all the special needs kids in here next week.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Wait a second. Can we segue for a second? And I know Tom is an avid listener of our
Mark's
show.
Like, I'm gonna go back in the bird bath over there.
That's right. Can you do me a favor, just because it's me and Mikey's favorite story? It's like, can you just tell it nice and slow? Since Tom may or may not have heard that episode, I know he's a big fan of the show. Thanks, Tom. But can you tell Tommy the episode that happened a few months back? Tony is an advocate for the Nassau County PAL. Okay. He has a special needs daughter. He runs basketball games, softball games, so forth. Take the floor, Tony.
I don't know what we're talking about.
The beating.
Tony beat up a special needs boy.
Yeah. For baseball.
No, that's every week at practice. I'm talking about the one where
that's all he can compete with the leg. He was like, I got to get the special needs.
Yeah.
My daughter's actually no problem. Seriously?
Do you mind?
No, I don't mind. All right.
We just
I just
love
think
it
it's going to
so
be
much.
disappointing. Really?
The fact that you got mauled?
There was a kid having a meltdown, and all right. I heard a noise coming. We're running our basketball program.
A big Nassau PAL complex,
Okay.
Oyster Bay.
Right.
You've been at a million of them playing as a kid.
Right.
You described the noise.
Yeah.
Was it a squeak or a?
No, it was
like a bellowing.
It was a pounding. It was a heavy pounding.
Yeah.
I'm in the gym and I hear it coming from the hallway.
Yeah.
I go walking into the hallway. I realize it's coming from the bathroom.
Right.
I go walking in, and there's an aide trying to help with his client.
And that, but not a little kid.
Man. He's a grown man. He's in his mid to late 20s.
Mongo.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were
like. Roach.
I knew he looked familiar.
Roach is in the bathroom banging this.
Tony's like, you need to be quiet.
Yeah.
And so I asked the aide if he needs help. He says no.
Yeah.
And then I just happened to see the kid. The banging that I'm hearing is this kid banging his head against a cement wall.
Cement
wall.
Yeah.
So I said to the aide, I said again, what is going on here? We're fine. Okay. I walk out, but then I still hear the banging, and I'm seeing other guys are going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, it might be dangerous, so I go back in.
Yeah.
They're now out of the stall that they were in. And the aide asks me for help. He's trying. I don't know why, but the kid's shoes were off. I don't know if he kicked them off. I don't know what was wrong.
I'll tell you why.
It was just an aide. It wasn't a priest. It was just an aide. So I'm standing there trying to help this guy. The kid is. I'm holding his hands because he was just flailing. I'm gonna bug here. Yeah. He's just all over the place. So this guy's trying to get the kid's shoes on. I'm holding his hands, and his name is Michael. I'm just looking at Michael. It's okay, Michael. You're going to be out of here in a minute. And he's going back. He's trying to hit his head, and I'm just kind of pulling him, so I don't want him hitting his head.
Because he could hurt himself if he hits cement.
Right,
basically.
and there are other kids trying to go to the bathroom. I just just trying to keep the
Tony's
peace.
like, people have to pay. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Michael, stop it.
Yeah.
Michael, you're being highly inconsiderate right now.
But he couldn't
Very
reach.
rude.
He couldn't reach the cement wall.
Yeah.
So next thing he headbutted me.
Turned Tony into
Bam!
the
Yeah.
Right here. Got me right in the center. My glasses went flying. In fact, they're still, it's still a little broken.
Put them on.
But I ended up having to go to the hospital because I was all dizzy. I was all messed up. And
That's brutal.
That's the whole story.
Well, so what happened was I was doing a set at either here or Governor's. I texted Tony. I'm like, what the fuck's going on with Tony? Like, what the whole thing? And you were in the hospital because you were suffering a wound, a head wound.
And Tony's like, I just hit big in a class action lawsuit
Yeah,
recently.
right, exactly. Yeah.
Took this sucker for everything he's worth.
I don't have to coach these sports anymore.
But Tony was fine, thank God, and this kid was he was put in prison after that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
sentenced to
And Tony, you did the right thing. Let's give a little round of applause to Tony.
Cement boots for the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deservedly
So okay, back to the seats. So
now Tony has the kid in a cage in his basement.
so
for $5 admission, you come look at him.
back in the seats. Now I'm ostracized by the people in front. They want
Yeah,
no
because
part
you're
of
an
me.
idiot.
No, they want no part of me. Now the people in the next section is still the water splash section, okay? And most of the adults were just getting tuned up in there. I don't know. I guess that's a thing. Like, let's go get banged out and go get soaked.
Yeah. Something tells me the people over the age of 30 in the wet zone aren't like, and let's keep it classy here today.
No,
yeah,
so
all right, let's keep
but
it a
here's the
2-drink
thing, though.
max.
Yeah.
But it's the weirdest combination of 35-year-old guys getting slammed and then families with little kids who are like just happy to get soaked. You know, it's a very bizarre mix of boozed up people and just families. Okay, so this felt like something that Keegan would have done. There's this one guy, and he the whole time. So he's an Oriole fan. His two buddies are an Oriole fan, but the guy in the middle of them is a Yankee fan. He's dressed up as a Yankee fan. So he keeps on trying to get the hose guy's attention. Get this fucking guy, but it's his friend, you know?
Yeah.
Finally, the hose guy comes over and he just starts fucking lambasting the guy, okay? Now, all the kids are like going crazy, like, ha ha, you know, Yankee fan. And the fucking drunk guy starts doing, what's the movie Hangover, where the guy's doing the, you know, like the cum motion.
Rolling the dice?
No, he's doing
yeah.
that. like his guy's getting like, you know, like semen done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just the most inappropriate fucking thing
And there's
ever.
like little kids like, yeah.
And there's like guys like doing this, and then like
Oh my God.
disgusting.
That's still not as bad as you picking on the
No,
special
it's
needs
serious.
kid.
It's not as bad as you saying you should pick on the little.
So hold on. So it ended. So after I got ostracized by the three guys in front who were mad about the whole special needs thing, I kind of buddied up with the guy next to me who was there with his wife and his adult kids. And around the 8th inning, Max was like, all right, let's go walk around. Maybe we'll sit a little bit closer. And I went
No,
to...
Max was like, let's get the hell out of here. You're
Yeah.
embarrassing the shit out of me.
So Max is like, just say goodbye to your friend. Let's go. Because he's like, the whole time I'm talking to this one guy who's my age.
Max is like, no. I'm going to go over there. You stay here. I'm going to go over
We
there.
wanted to go to like my home plate for the last couple of innings. So I went to say goodbye to the guy. I shake his hand and I went to say, all right, you folks have a good night. And I said, you fucks have a good night. And Max is like, what the fuck? Max is like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you like this? I didn't mean it. Like, I didn't mean. So the guy, like, the handshake turned like a little bit like, what? Like, my wife is here, dude. We know each other for an hour and a half.
People are going to be talking about you this weekend at Camden
my
Yards.
He's on the Baltimore Moms Facebook page right now.
What is wrong with me? So, so we get
Can't you
home.
just sit and watch a game?
Wait, so it gets better though. So we make it home. I watch the Jet game. Obviously a disaster. And then Stacy's like, you got to go to Ivorone Brothers. We need, salad, whatever. So I go online and there's
Mark just walks in. Hey, faggots, how are you?
Hold on, it's close to that. So, so I go online and I'm walking onto the checkout counter at Ivorone right as a guy who's probably like in his maybe like early 60s. He's walking to the line the same time I am. And I'm like, no, go ahead. It's okay. I'm in no rush. I was like in a good mood. I was home, whatever. And so he takes his stuff out of his basket and he has like one of those big, it's called a ham bone, which like you'll buy usually for like,
make a soup with.
I didn't realize that. So he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Look at that you got there, that big hamburger."
Shut up! Just shut up!
Hold on.
Pay for your groceries and go home to your wife.
He's like, some nice meat you got there.
I'm like, so I said, "Look at that big ham bone you got there." I said to him, he's like, "Yeah, it was the last one." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess for your dog, right?" He's like, "No, it's for my father-in-law. He's making soup."
Why would you even just say it?
He was like, don't bother. The rapture's in a few days.
Exactly.
No, but
nobody would hope the rapture comes more than Mark after.
Hold on a second. Hold on. But the thing
For your
was,
dog, no, it's for my wife.
you know what? Like when people, you have a dog.
I put it in my wife's crate.
Hold on a second. You own a dog. Like, you ever gone? People go to the butcher and get like their dogs like is it bone marrow or something? Like,
You can get bone marrow.
yeah.
You can get but everybody
Bone
knows
marrow
you
is
get a
very
ham
healthy
bone
for
to make-
humans too.
I
make
know.
soup. Make
But-
split pea soup with it.
I didn't know that. I just thought he was getting it for his pooch to chomp on, and he's like, "No, it's for soup. My father-in-law's making soup. It's Sunday soup."
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, "All
Sunday
right,
soup.
I'll see ya." And then he was like,
He hosed you down.
"That was it." Yeah.
Mark, just pay for your
Why
put your blinders on.
Why? But
Go pay for your
know what it
groceries.
is,
Go
though?
home to your kids.
I just want to be friends with people. And I don't want to. I just like to get along with people.
yeah, but you're not
Yeah.
good at it.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not good at it.
You seem to be excelling.
I struggle, and it's really I have a hard time of just going places and just keeping it close to the vest because I wouldn't get in trouble then if that was the
No,
case,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of trouble, we touched on this a little bit at the end of the show last week, but you weren't here, Mikey. So I want to talk about it. Did you see the story where the person got arrested and turns out they're okay now? The 95-year-old person beat the 89-year-old.
Yeah, yep.
So these people were in an old age home, like a geriatric facility, and there was apparently a little argument between a 95-year-old patient and an 89-year-old resident, and the 95-year-old took a part of their wheelchair and
the
just
footrest of the wheelchair.
bludgeoned the 89-year-old to death.
What?
In the old age home, just beat the shit out of them and killed them, and they said that just they weren't gonna.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Just,
lock them up?
Yeah,
No, they didn't do anything.
you're
They're
not
like,
gonna do anything. Just keep them in the old age home.
Just wrote down natural causes.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, like
Neighborhood beef. Rest
So-
in
Did
peace.
you ever have an 89-year-old person who just won't get the hell out of your way? We get it.
But I just thought in my mind how funny it would be if, like, so what's happening now? Like, everyone's like, you better watch out for Mary Beth, like that crazy fucking bitch. It's killing people. Like,
Exactly. Or they're just like, that's what she does.
but if you find out that your grandpappy or something like that is in that home where a murder just happened, like, what
It's true. I didn't think of
You're like,
that
Grandpa,
angle.
take off the red do-rag.
Yeah.
Not in here.
Meanwhile, people are all of a sudden sending their parents there, like, go ahead,
Yeah,
just for
go
a
ahead.
weekend, just
It's
for
real
a
nice
weekend.
there. Yeah, it's real
Just
nice.
Make sure the
And
insurance
if you see that
policy-
95-year-old black woman, just cut her off.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think she was, right? I didn't just make that up. No, she was.
I heard they sent her to Rikers.
that's not true.
That,
They did
that- I
not.
swear, I read that.
I didn't
At that
hear
point,
the
they should just
aftermath.
put her down like an old dog.
Yeah, exactly.
They should just be like, there's no reason
Yeah.
to waste money on room and board.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we also touched on last week, by the way, Robert Redford passing. I want to make sure that you and I talked
Unfortunately, yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
that was a tough one.
He was a.
Forrest Gump. He was in Green Mile. What
he
else?
was in Greece.
Grease. He was in Grease. That's right.
Titanic.
Did you guys know him
Titanic.
personally?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
we
used
did.
to come in all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because you look shaken up for a second. I was like, oh, Keegs was the...
No, good looking guy.
Yeah. Who was it that posted? Who posted? Someone said that our guest tonight, Tommy McGuire, was
Oh, my
a young
aunt.
James Dean.
My aunt said
Yeah.
he looked like a young James Dean.
Yeah.
Or Robert.
Can we pull up a photo of James Dean?
Yeah.
I think she did put a photo up.
Yes, hang on, give me a minute.
Oh, Frank. What's your name? Tony. Tony's gonna find that.
Frank's his brother.
That's right.
Frank is his brother. Frank Walker. Oh my God, he is handsome. Let's do a little side by side here.
All right, I can do that.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Let's do it.
So how's everybody else doing?
What happened? Wait, with what?
I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't forget that we had a show. I just was waiting for Tony to do a thing. Dude, I hate when
Mark's
this
like, you guys
happens.
ready to get this started?
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel's coming back, huh? Not
Look
really.
at this.
Though.
Hold
They're
on a
not-
second.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so you got the delay on the
It's a little bit of a delay, but
Yeah.
it's a.
Wait, hold on a second. Here it comes. This is going to be pretty fantastic in 10, 11 minutes. It's gonna be,
We'll close the show
Why
on it.
is Roach's show is still on this?
right. Is it delayed that long, Tone?
Wow, jeez.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we go. Look at that. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a
Yeah.
handsome fella right there.
Yeah, two
Well, James
handsome
Dean
fellas,
is
yeah.
probably one of the most famous heartthrobs in the 50s and 60s of all
Yeah,
time.
plus you have a beautiful head of hair.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a lot of volume. I would like to know what products he's using.
Yeah, well, now it's worms.
Well, it was.
I guess Fat Jay's listening, by the way, because he just sent me a link. He said they charged the lady, 95-year-old dementia patient, arrested,
did they arrest her? Really?
charged with murder.
What?
Yes, she's in Rikers. Yeah.
Shit.
The
All
last product James Dean used was motor oil, I think, right?
Yes, I think it probably was.
Died in a
That's
car
good.
accident.
Oh, did he? Actually,
Oh,
that's terrible.
God. Rest in peace.
So he
Carla.
died too, right?
Who's
James
that?
Dean this
Yeah,
week?
yeah, he did. He did. Billy Dean also died.
Billy Dean.
Yeah.
Billy Dean from the strip club?
Yeah.
Billie Jean has passed away.
Right.
Billy Dean
She's
from
not-
Billy Dean's Showtime. He was at my college graduation party.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I know.
That's because you hired him to be there. That's you deviant.
Yep.
I hate when
it
this
was in my
happens.
backyard, and he was there.
I don't doubt that at all. I hate when it happens when we're having fun on a show and then it's all of a sudden to the hour and we're done that quickly. Tom, let's talk before you go. When we're going to go with you. We're not going to have you leave without us. What's on the horizon? What are you dreaming about? What do you want to be coming up for you? What's left on the table for the next 30 years? Are you doing stand up?
30 years.
35, 40?
Wow.
What do you want to do? What do you feel like is going to be the next steps for you?
I feel like the only true dream I have is just to do MSG.
There you go.
That's like the only dream,
That's it, yeah.
right?
Wow.
It's a good one.
Like there's no other than that, I don't really have any I really look at it as I just want to write good jokes.
That's it.
You
So,
know?
do you
There's
like-
nothing
can
I like.
ask something?
Please go
Is that
ahead.
right?
Yeah, go ahead.
You were talking before, Tom, about if you were around in the '80s, you'd be a good fit for those type of sitcoms. Like some of the stuff you're saying, it sounds like you know a lot of comedy history. I could be wrong, but that's the impression I'm getting. So whether you know a lot or know some, do you feel that's important going forward for you as a comedian, or is it just something you enjoy? Or am I totally off base here?
No, I mean that's the thing with comedy, right? Is I feel like it's only gonna resonate if you can relate to it. So as the furthest back I'll go is Eddie Murphy Raw.
Okay.
Anything before that it's too old. I can't even.
Eddie Murphy Raw is 40 years ago at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I hear
So
you.
I go from Eddie Murphy Raw on. Like
Okay.
when I see Carlin talking about the Vietnam War, I'm like, this is a fucking snooze fest. You know
But
what I
then
mean?
Most guys your age, though, they don't. At least in my opinion, they don't really know.
I
the
mean,
history.
I'm twice
A
his
lot
age
of guys
at least,
his
and
age, don't even go as far back as Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
right. They go
Yeah.
back to
the
2000.
first comic I saw was Kevin Hart when he was hot, right? When he was doing I'm a grown little man, seriously funny, laugh
Yep.
at my pain, his rise in stand up. That was that was my introduction to what stand up comedy was.
Okay.
So that was 2010, 12.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so
But do you have the aspirations like a lot of comics do to use stand up as a springboard for a TV pilot to act, or that's not something that you've been thinking about?
I would like to, in a perfect world, what I would love to do is be able to, if I'm fortunate enough to be able to put out hours of stand up, I would like to put out 4 to 5 hours, then step away, then act and go into that field.
Have you taken any acting classes at all? or-
Yeah, but it's a fucking waste of time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I took a
it's,
sitcom acting class with Richard Klein. He was Larry from Three's
Richard
Company.
Kleinman, yeah. He's our pig vomit, yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it's
yeah, and then return to stand up. At the
oh, it's
end.
like Tom McGuire's coming back to stand.
No,
up.
just like
no,
well,
exactly.
but then I think about it and it's I genuinely love creating stand up so much. I don't know if I could ever walk away from it.
Yeah.
See, I love stand up so much, but I want to be a writer, but I also want stand up to be, supplement my income. I always want to do stand up, but I like writing. It's my thing.
I was what I pray for is to be a touring stand up comedian.
Yeah.
That's like what I'm trying to achieve.
Well, if we didn't think you were going to make that, we wouldn't have asked John, because we hope that you'll eventually ask Mike to open for you. So that's what you're doing here today.
Keep this in the back of your mind.
Yeah, please. All right. As we do with every single show, when we wrap up, we give our guests and we talk about what we have coming up. Tom, what do you want to promote? Socials, shows, anything at all? Let's hear it.
Just follow me on Instagram. It's _ Tom McGuire. And then I think TikTok is it's either Tom McGuire or McGuire Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, just look up Tom McGuire on all your social media platforms. I'm going to start putting like some stand-up clips out.
And Tom, it's no C, right? MG?
MCG.
MCG, right.
MC
exactly.
capital motherfucking G.
That's right.
Yeah, biatch.
Because he's a capital G.
Yeah. Mikey boy, what do you got coming up, brother?
Friday night I'll be at the Avenue in Glendale.
Yes,
one of my favorite rooms there. It's going to be a good one there. Next weekend I'll be in Milford, Connecticut. So anybody in Connecticut that's listening, hit me up. I'll get you some tickets.
Good.
And always, we're always popping around here at the Governor's Club. So
Wonderful. Anthony, what do you have coming up with the Knock 'em Dead comedy show?
Thank you, Marcus. October 4th in the Giggle Room. We got some new comedians. We got some comedians from Staten Island. We have some comedians from the city, some comedians from the D.C. area. So we're going to have a fun night. The time change is now 9 o'clock, not 7:30.
And that's the show with Mike Boschetti. And what's the date again?
That is correct. October
Boschetti.
4th at 9 o'clock. It's the late show. There's a show with Joe Avery.
Yeah.
At 7 or 8, and then we're doing 9 o'clock on the 4th.
That's
Looking
Cal
forward.
Mike-
Cam,
Mike
Greg, and
Boschetti?
Rob.
Mike Bichette.
Yeah, you meet him?
The name
The
sounds
guy in the
familiar.
middle.
He,
Stern.
it's starting. The Artie Lang show was
Yeah, he used to
probably
be on the
his
Artie
biggest.
Lang show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching they had the roast of Kevin Brennan, and Aaron Berg was hosting, and he goes to Mike Bichette. He goes, "I'm not sure if you have no neck or every neck." That's the fucking funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
The last time we did a show with him in the Giggle Room, he had trouble getting on stage. We had to push me and Sean Kearns to push him on the stage. Somebody got a great shot of us doing that.
Oh,
You
that's
see
great.
nothing but Mike Bichetti's ass crack.
I love Bichette.
Well-
He'll leave me voice messages. "Hello, Mike. It's his Mike Bichette."
If you want to see Mike Boschetti's ass crack get pushed up a hill by Tony Walker and Sean Avery, October 4th, 9 o'clock is the new time. It was moved from 7:30. That's going to be a hot show, so make sure you get tickets. Every week, follow us here, 9 o'clock live, Tuesdays, Hershey and the Keegs Show. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Share, tell people how much you love it. We love the support that you give us, and we will keep on giving out good content to you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Adios.